starting my live stream a little late, or I should say a little later than usual. It's actually 2 minutes earlier than the projected time, but the time itself, I'm usually at 1. I like to do it at 1, but running a little behind for various reasons. But I'll tell you the big reason. Well, first off, let's say hi. Let's say hi to William. William says, here early, caught the upload from this morning. Awesome. Let me know what you think. Our friend Odom is here.
Go, go, go. Ready for play now.
That's my desktop coming up with the live stream. Odom, I need to watch your newest video. I see the thumbprint of, is it thumbnail of cucumbers. So I know it's harvest time. And our friend Barb is here. Barb says hello to William and Odom. Hugs and blessings. Barb, how are you? Thank you for the prayer of a good day, my friend. I hope you're having a good day too. I hope you're getting some rest. Flower is here. Flower, how are you? Wolf is here. Wolf, my friend. Roy says, my perspective leaves me viewing social interactions as exhaustive, as most of what I often feel is disingenuous and placating to what I know, to what I hear, if they are unwilling to listen to. Interesting. I wonder if you could see that as a form of projection, though. I did a video, and actually, I just got a message from our friend T, Bumblebee. She had just watched the video that I did of extending and projection. Laura says hi. Laura says she's waiting, but our live didn't seem to update. Let's see, William says anything but what pads their ideal. That wouldn't be better to remain with my origin of belief and offer that instead. The thing is, you never know. All you can say is your own projection of how someone might be or might not be. So everything is based upon a projection. That you're seeing the world from your own thought point, from your own egoic point of view. When I say egoic, I'm not saying that in a bad way, because how virtually everyone views the world, the only way they can view the world. However, if you realize that, if you just come to that realization, and you have to experience it, that you are not the ego, that you're the awareness that surrounds the ego, that holds the ego, embraces the ego, or just not take the ego so seriously. Hold it lighter. We don't need to try to get rid of the ego. We just need to know that we aren't the ego. And then you're no longer living from projection. Now you have the opportunity to live through extension, where you are extending love. You're extending that awareness. Rye's here. Rye, my friend, how are you? Flower says, I just checked out my channel this morning and almost choked, seeing 85 subs. Gonna be 100 soon. Everyone is saying hi to Mocha. A smiley face and 4-star Mocha. Where I'm so sorry to Mocha. Yep, so I meditated a little late. Normally it's much earlier. I do my yoga, my breath work, my meditation, my second time for the day. Because, and I was actually with Mocha earlier. We were tracking owls in the daytime. I had the good fortune of hearing not how they hoot, but they make this little odd sound when they're slightly agitated by someone being too close. And I recognized that sound, and we went exploring for it, and we actually found it. It was pretty cool. Actually, two of them. So that's why I'm a little late. William says, please, snowboards, hold insult or be brutally honest. I am tired of not getting to the root of this. I am simply wish at peace within myself and with others. Yet I almost feel like, let's see, there it is, environment crafted for us that it's survival against others. That's understandable because that's the egoic point of view. And it's a reality for the ego. Because if the ego recognizes itself as illusory, it loses its power. It loses its existence. It might still pop up and resurface, but now it's only going to be as sort of a guidance system. It's not going to be your reality of who you are. The ego loses all of its power. There's no, we can meditate, we can do breath work. All of that loosens the grip of the ego. But that the video that I did, the live stream this morning, of just looking and noting your own awareness, knowing that you are aware of the ego, that you're not the ego, and just practicing that and living from that perspective, as well as the lessons in A Course in Miracles are invaluable. But when you live from the perspective of the ego, then everything's going to be a projection. And everything's going to appear to be separate. We're going to be at war with the world. It's going to be, as you said, that it's going to be a matter of survival against others, us against them, because the ego thrives on comparison. It thrives on contrast. It thrives on getting ahead. And the only way to get ahead is to make sure that others are separate and beneath. But it doesn't have to be that way. We start giving, as soon as you realize projections, you can start choosing peace instead of this. Whenever you're involved in anything that feels like an ego, you can simply say to yourself, I can choose peace instead of this. I can offer love instead of this. I can be kind instead of this. But it has to start with you. This is why they always say, do not seek to change the world. Seek to change your perspective of the world, how you perceive the world. Let's see. Flower says, yep, I'm pretty sure it was where he subbed to me with all his, what's that last word? I couldn't make it out. Yep, Mirror's a miracle worker. Our friend Leo is here. Leo says, what's up, Yogi Goat? Yogi the Goat, sending good vibes and support your way, brother. Appreciate that. Stay strong and be safe, guy. Thank you, Leo. You gotten your reps in today? I see Jacob up ahead, and I know he got his reps in today. Let's see. Jacob was inside today. What's up with that, Jacob? Jacob says, greetings and blessings to you all. Hit the like button for our great friend, Mr. Yogi. Thank you for that. Big salute to you all. Timo is here, and Sabine is here. Hello, my friends. Leo says, hello and great day to chat. Be safe and earn that chip. Take it easy, guys. Take it easy, Leo. Appreciate you stopping by. Wolf says that Flowery just subbed to her for the third time. Don't know why it keeps on doing it. Wow. Let's see. William says, is there any way to help with recognizing what is a formation, or rather seeding, of what projections are? Like reading the garden. It's safe to assume that everything you see, everything you think, is a projection. A projection is always an attack thought. By attack thought, I don't mean where we're always saying, I'm going to get someone, I'm going to hurt someone. That if you aren't at peace within the moment, it's because of attack thoughts against you. There's a lesson in A Course in Miracles Actually, I just reviewed it today. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. Without your attack thoughts, you would be invulnerable. By invulnerable, I don't mean that you can't get hurt by something. You're not going to cut your fingers and heal instantly. It means that you are invulnerable to attacks against yourself from other people as well as yourself, because they don't affect you, because you know that you aren't the ego, and only the ego gets offended. Anything that puts you ill at ease, anything that feels unloving towards yourself or towards others, anything that affects your peace of mind is a projection. Anything that makes you feel love, anything that makes you feel loved, anything that makes you feel loving is an extension of who you truly are. Then really the only lesson within A Course in Miracles is that only love is real. Everything else is an illusion. And they say therein lies the peace of God. You can take out the word God, you can replace it with the Tao or love or the universe or life. I know some people they don't like using that term, which is fine. It's just a term. This is why in the Tao Te Ching they say the Tao that can be told is not the true Tao, or the God that can be described is not really God. So just rest in that anytime you're having any thought that puts you ill at ease or not at peace or makes you feel less than a complete loving being, it's a projection. Projections aren't bad. They just aren't peaceful. And when you know that you're projecting, you can simply rest and say, I can choose peace instead of this. And you just keep doing it. So, I think I'm caught up. Wolf says, so Jacob, was it not hot enough outside? Jacob says it was in a garage. Yeah, that will make it almost like a sauna, Jacob. I agree with Wolf. Was it not hot enough for you outside? Jacob says he was in a garage. It was very hot in there this morning. Yeah, I bet. So I got some nice short little clips of owls for my nature shorts. Also saw a hawk. Man, whenever I see an owl, just feel like it's some kind of a blessing. Let's see. William says, what about establishing boundaries with people, like friends, family, random people, etc.? That's all projections as well. If you are living from your heart space, living from your true identity, then boundaries themselves are naturally established without you having to do anything. Because you love yourself, you protect yourself. Because you love others, you protect others. Meaning you don't want them to do harm to you any more than you want to do harm to them. Because either way, it's going to hurt you. So the boundaries are naturally established. It's the artificial boundaries where we say, you're over there, I'm over here. And we're going to keep it that way. That's when we're living an inauthentic life. When you're just established, let's keep using the word Tao. When you're established in the Tao, then boundaries are already existing without you having to do anything. My friend William is here. Today, by the way, was a 10-egg day for William Downey. William says, hey Yogi, and hello to everyone in the chat. William said it was 117. It was 117, right? Where he lives today. William says, yes, sir, it's supposed to be. Yeah, as I mentioned over, William had his live stream earlier, and I got a chance to stop by and say hi. Dad, it's going to hit 100 again here today. We're very, very close to it. It was already in the 80s when I took my first walk, and that was at about 5:20 this morning. Let's see. Wolf says, hi to William. Interesting chat this morning. Yep, I saw Wolf over there. Talking about sausage links. The pros and cons of sausage links. I don't know if Malcolm McCarty is still in the chat. Also, the pros and cons of ointment and suppositories. I'll give you a hint. William Downey is not pro suppository. Brian says, Jacob the Legend. Hey, I was just sent a link from our friend Bumblebee T of Brian Lane doing burpees in a stream, doing 100 burpees in a stream. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I'm going to. Let's see. Jacob says, hey, Brother Brian, the legend himself. Big salute to you, brother. Both legends. William says, just a little rule of mine. Got to have rules. Brian says, when it was in Leo's live earlier, getting in some reps, don't think he could see me there. I didn't see that he went live. Sorry, I missed that. I like catching Leo. I like catching all of you guys when you do a live. Hey, Optima, speaking of lives, what do you guys have in store for us coming up? Anything big? Jacob says he did great. Yeah, no doubt. He always does, doesn't he? All of you guys always do great. And we got a link dropped by Optima. Click on it real quick. So I hope you guys check it out. I was actually there this morning and I saw this one. Awesome. As I mentioned before, Optimob, which consists of Timo and Sabine, and UK Medic, I think, put out the most beautiful of all videos that I come across. Perfectly edited. They have a unique ability to catch the beauty and the surreal of the world. Wolf said we had 1 inch of rain yesterday. Is that from the... Man, we're way overdue for rain. It's been maybe 2 weeks or so. Is that from the tropical storm, Wolf? Flower says, I'm not sure, I'm not chatting much, not sure what to say. Flower, you can always say whatever emerges. Anything you say is always perfect. Anything you say is always appreciated. But you never have to force it, you know? If there's, if you feel like being quiet and just saying hello to people when they come in, or if something spontaneous comes, that's good too. Our friend Mary's here. Let's see. Brian says my internet didn't work when I wasn't at home and tried to live. May need to upgrade internet. Altmob says 2 hours editing for 1 minute. Well, hey, well worth it though. You definitely have the touch, the right touch. So, Wolf, that's from a tropical storm? Jacob says, Mr. Yogi Brother, you did great this morning in your routine. Thank you. Appreciate that. Hey, I've been getting the 25s in, inspired by uh, you, Brian Lane, as well as Burpee Reaper. I like doing them unbroken. Mir says, hey, Sir Yogi. Mir, my friend, how are you? Good. Hope you guys have had the opportunity. Mir did a live stream this morning. Eric LaPointe Sear, and Eric, how are you? William says, William Downey says, love that Swiss countryside. Yeah, me too. Beautiful. Hey, William, did you see that spectacular drive they did? Where there was absolutely no room on Sabine's side? If she had leaned over accidentally to the other side, I hate to think what might happen. If it was me, I'd be leaning all the way over to the other side. Eric Point says that he can't see his phone, so he's just listening. Optimum says you need to only open your eyes and a smartphone, and you can show so much beauty here on YouTube. Oh, I agree. And perfectly said. And no one else can do it but you. And by you, I mean every single one of you. You own have your unique perspective that no one else in the entire universe can offer. So something Eric LaPointe and I talked about before, about the nature shorts. What a great opportunity. Everyone's an artist. Here's the opportunity to show your art. Brian Lane does beautiful nature shorts. Our friend the Burpee Reaper has been putting out some beautiful nature shorts as well. Jacob sums it up perfectly and says, it's okay, Sister Flower. Just having your presence is a blessing here. I agree. Well said, Jacob. Brian says, I learned 25s from Leo. He did 25s of 1, 2, 3 pumps. Awesome. It was a nice opportunity for me to mix up the burpees. Instead of just doing straight through, you do, after my dips, 25 2 pumps, then 25 1 pumps, then 25 Navy SEALs, and then 25 2 pumps to finish things off. Mir says, you all guys, thank you for your support and kindness. You're welcome, my friend. Jacob says, I'm going to put this in question marks or quotation marks. All. See that? All I did this morning was 306 count burpees. That's all. Mir says, really happy for your kindness, all friends, at morning time. Definitely my pleasure to be there. Brian says, hey, I was with a friend from high school yesterday. He asked me twice, am I on steroids? Funny, if they knew that you were doing really high rep stuff, you know? People don't think you can get that big on really high reps. Brian is showing everyone otherwise. Timo says, Eric, that was a normal road in Switzerland. In the Circus video. That means that I would be staying home. I would be walking almost everywhere. Brian says, 100% natural I am. Oh, no doubt. Imagine if you did use something. I'm glad you don't, but imagine if you did. Jacob says, why do people ask that question? I get that too, Brother Brian. Just goes to show you what high reps can actually do for you, you know? Brian says, right, Jacob. Mir says, hey, Optimob, thank you for your support. And let's see. BBCBARB. Let's just say BB, if that's okay with you. Is leaving a message for Wolf. Flower says to Sir Mir, did you sub to me from alternate accounts, from alts? Mir says, yes, Flower. Timo says, Mir, we try to help other channels, so good we can. We mention them in the description and in the video and link. So good we can. That's what it's all about, Timo, and you do it so well. Put out beauty in the world, support other people. It's a simple formula. Do you want to get ahead in life? Put out beauty in the world, serve other people. Where it says 86 for Flower, going for 100. Flower says, thank you so much. Can't thank you enough for that. Timo says, Mir, we like to do that. Jacob says, Brother Brian, is all natural. Yeah, no doubt. I've used that too before, Brian. I actually have it in the herbal supplement I take before bed. Actually, it gives you pretty wild dreams, but it also acts as a natural relaxant as well. Mir says, Optimum, that's your kindness, really? Flower says it's going to be back. I'm going to call BCV, Barb. I don't know. I tried to find a word. I just thought maybe BB might work. Optimop says 100% natural on coffee. 1 cup a day for me in the morning. Right before I do my first live stream is when I've finished my coffee, I've done my writing. I'm almost ready to go out for my walk. Brian says a beetroot powder. I've used beetroot powder before as well in my ultra running days. The Iron Wolf has one, I forget the name of the company, that has a little bit of green tea in it, so it gives you some energy as well. Wolf says we'll be back later. Flower says wild dreams. I want to know how wild that can get. It can get pretty wild. It's a scary world in here, Flower. Not really. It's actually a pretty peaceful world in here. Most of the time. There's some residual, stuff. I have dreams of some of the stuff that I did. I mentioned my lost decade of drinking. I mentioned some of those misadventures where I almost harmed myself and other people. And I will occasionally still have nightmares about that I am behind the wheel and I'm going to injure someone. I'm making peace with it. And the more I make peace, the more that, as we were talking about with William up above, the more that I can live my life through extension rather than projection, the less vivid the dreams are, the more at peace I am in each moment with myself. Being at peace isn't the absence of losing your temper. It's not the absence of impatience. It's not the absence of any of the multiple things that we think we're going to get when we're at peace. It is the absence of judging myself for all of those things. And it's the absence of judging myself for all of those things, if that makes sense. You just keep coming back. You just keep returning. It's like you're parachuting. and you don't have a parachute. You find yourself free falling. Except there's no ground. You're not going to hit anything. Speed says, exactly, Brother Jacob. That's how it is. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm falling behind. Speed says, we are here on Earth to help support each other and take care of each other. Exactly. And that's why I've been talking, and I keep coming back to it, extending. And I was thinking about this since yesterday when we were talking about the purpose of life. To just extend, to heal the projections and extend ourselves as love. Jacob says, agree, Sister Sabine. Love is what heals the broken heart and bringing everyone together. Nicely said, Jacob. And you know what? Jacob demonstrates it. So does all of you guys demonstrate it so well. Look at Brian Lane and the message he puts out after all he's been through. Tima says 5 cups coffee in bed. We do 15 to 25 minutes, stay in bed with backs and start really soft day. The alarm is set much earlier to have time for us. Nice. It's a really great way to spend the day. It's sort of, I have the same philosophy. I'm up at 2:30 in the morning. I have my breath work. I have my meditation. I have yoga. And then I have my 1 cup of coffee as I sit and write. Love my writing time. Absolutely love my writing time. More than anything in life, if I had to consider myself anything, it would be a writer, for better or for worse. I share my writing, my morning's writing on my community page if anyone's ever interested. Flower says, how wild? Well, as I told you, not all good though. Not all good wild. Sometimes I dream that I'm behind the wheel in the car again and that I'm drinking. Sometimes I have dreams of not being a good caretaker, that I make a mistake when I'm caring for my father or caring for my mother. I dream about some specific relationships that did not turn out the way I thought they would. And I work through guilt in those dreams. All kinds of stuff. Our friend Kay is here. Hello, Kay. How are you? Kayla Boo is here. Kayla, my friend, how are you? Optimob says 6:15 at weekend. Let's see. I want to drop the link for our friend Kayla Bill. Pro Fishman should say, remember me? What's up? I do remember you, Pro Fishman. How are you? We're just chatting. Whatever comes up. No specific topic. There's Kayla Boo's link. Guys probably remember me mentioning that Kayla is an epic gamer. And by epic, I mean that multiple hour live streams gaming, and she never flags. It's never any like downtime. She's on point the entire time. She's engaging, she's fun, she's entertaining, she's caring, she's warm, she's welcoming. If you see her, if you subscribe and you see a live stream, hang out for however long you can, because you won't be disappointed. Kay says, hey Yogi in chat, amazing job on your workouts this morning. Thank you, I appreciate that. You had a great bike ride this morning. Here's our friend Kay's channel. Could learn a lot about gardening from Kay. You can learn a lot about gardening from Kay, and you can be inspired to start a garden from Kay, as well as get some motivation for your workouts from Kay. Flower says, hi, Miss Kay, long time no see. Kayla says hi to Mira and to Flower. Let's see, Flower says, hey Yogi, do you remember when I told you that some things I thought of become reality? I do remember that. Pro Fisherman says he's good. Awesome. Glad to hear that. Laradox is here. Laradox, how are you? It's been a day or two. I know you popped in yesterday right when we were shutting things down for the afternoon. Jacob says, let's get Caleb to 5K subscribers. Big salute to you, sis. That would be awesome. Thank you for that, Jacob. Okay, saying hi to Flower and Kayla and Pro Fisherman. Jacob, Mir, Brian, Optimob. Kayla says, thank you guys. For real, I was connected with y'all. I will connect with y'all. Awesome. Yeah, if you connect to Kayla, if you connect to someone, make sure that you visit a video and hit the like button and let them know that that you're connecting. Pro Frictioner says, what do you do on a daily basis? Can I know? Sure. I mentioned this before. My life is awesomely blessed. After, I don't know. I don't want to say struggling. You know, being a caregiver for my father was hard because I loved him and I knew I was losing him. But for a number of years, being a caregiver for him when he was in better health was just wonderful time spent with my father. But those last months were pretty hard. During COVID, I had to shut down my own little business because it wasn't safe. I was personal training business. It wasn't safe to bring people here. My father suffering from congestive heart failure. He wouldn't have survived. When he passed away, I inherited the house. It's paid for. My brother and I were splitting expenses. I had some money saved up that I inherited that, due to some issues beyond my control, having to help out someone, a lot of that is now gone. So I'm going to attempt to earn income from having conversations with you guys and doing nature shorts. But what an opportunity, because I get to finally live the creative life that I wanted. All I've ever wanted to do was be a writer. Find ways of supporting myself to be a writer, because to make a living as a writer, man, it takes a lot of luck, a lot of lucky breaks, a lot of talent. So all I knew was I liked writing. I wrote different stuff. So let me answer the question. That was long-winded pre-explanation. I wake up in the morning, and the first thing I do is I say thank you 3 times. It's a prayer. Thank you, thank you, thank you, just for everything that's been given to me through no effort of my own. I've been given an entire universe in which to exist. I've been given blood. I've been given a heart. I've been given lungs. I've been given intelligence. And then I do breath work and I meditate. I do yoga. I drink coffee and I write. I go out for a walk in nature. I come in. I do my workout. And then I go for another walk with Mocha and Misty. I do more yoga. I meditate. I do live stream. I do breath work throughout the day. And I do stuff here. And I share all that to the best that I'm able, to the best that anyone's interested, on YouTube. I seek to, as we were talking about above, I seek to extend myself in love and through love in every way possible. And that's it. And if that doesn't work, I got to go out and get a job, at least for 3 more years. And then, you know what? I can collect Social Security. So, man, that was a long explanation. I apologize. Jacob says, let's get our brother Laradox to 609 subscribers. Big salute to Laradox. Laradox is at 517. It would be great to see him get to 6. He's mentioned quite a few times that that's one of his goals, is get to 6. I say, let's get Laradox to 1,000 so he can monetize his channel. Pro Fisherman says, actually, I'm not. Pro Fisherman says, people are saying that AI? Why are they saying that? Jacob says, let's get our buddy Mir here to 7K subscribers. Big sleep to you. Awesome, Jacob. Thank you for that. Mir definitely deserves it. No two people work harder to help others than Jacob and Mir. Jacob says, let's get our brother Pro Fisherman to 100 subscribers. Big salute to you. Nice. Let me double check to make sure. I was not subscribed. I thought I was. I am now, though. Pro Fisherman says, can you ban Optimob? I definitely can't. He said he made a mistake. He was typing too fast. But yeah, I don't really ban anyone. I guess maybe I have, but man, it wasn't because they were being rude. It was because they were viciously attacking a good friend of ours. But least of all, I would never ban my good friend Timo. Do you know why? Because Bax would never talk to me again, and I can't have that. Flower says, well, I once thought of a deep clean in my room. Oops, sorry. And yeah, it happened a few days ago, and I wanted the carpet to be clean, and it got clean. And I also wanted some Therian Thoppy related stuff. Did you get that? And about to get those too. Wow. Let me tell you, all these things I never thought would happen. Well, there's a deep spiritual tenet that we create our reality, and that we can manifest. There's an art form to manifesting. There's an art form to making a wish. And it seems, Flower, that you come about it quite naturally. Tima says, Pro Fisherman, I wasn't rude to you. I wrote by mistake, and it's instead of hi. That was all. Bye. Yep. Just a mistake. And Fisherman accepts it. Awesome. Easy way to work things out. Flower says, there were some side effects because I became mad multiple times when the deep clean and the orders are going to arrive late because of the wars. I've talked before about the dark side of wishing. You've got to learn to wish well. If you wish for to live longer and you get your wish, but the last 20 years of your life, you're in misery. Your body's failing, you're sick, everyone you love dies before you. I'm not saying that's always going to happen, but you consider there might be a dark side to this wish. You wish for abundance, and you find yourself living in a higher tax rate, um, having to pay more bills, uh, all kinds of stuff happening, and you find that you might be in a worse position than before, maybe even peace of mind. You've lost your peace of mind because of that. So instead of wishing for more money, you wish for just enough. Instead of wishing for a longer life, you wish to live long enough and healthy enough and peaceful enough. Pro Fisher says it was a mistake. Yep, it was just a mistake. Fisherman says he did not mean that it copyrighted. Exactly, my friend. Pro Fisherman says thank you. That would be awesome. I got you subbed, my friend. Flower is at 90. Wow. Welcome with Goldie is here. Goldie, how are you? Hey, Goldie, are you going to have some type of celebration? Finishing exam, an awesome exam finish celebration? Flower says, yeah, that's why I'm now trying extra careful with what I want. Smart, wise. As I've always said, Flower, you have wisdom beyond your years. Optimov says everything's fine. Our friend Destiny is here. Destiny, how are you? Destiny says, how are you? I'm doing good, my friend. It's always so nice to have you here. Jacob says, there you go, buddy. All I can do is help out Brother Pro Fisherman. Thank you, Jacob. Destiny says, happy Tuesdays and blessings to everyone. I pray that your day be wholesome, healthy, healed, whole, and complete. Beautiful prayer, Destiny. Thank you for that. Love the fact that you came in and shared that. First says, thanks so much. I already have 31 subscribers. Yep, as I mentioned, I made sure. I thought I had done it before, but I made sure that I did. Optima will be right back. Go for a walk with Bax. See you later. Understandable. Got to go for a walk with Bax. If I was there, I would go for a walks with Bax too. Flower says, because it's not fun to be mad that many times. No, it isn't. It's unsettling. It's unnatural. But again, Flower, that's another important lesson. It's important that you're learning all these lessons so early in life. We got the beautiful, beautiful video dropped by Optimob. Sculptures from movies. Hope you guys get a chance to check it out. I hope you like it. Share it, guys. It's, you know what, when you share someone else's video, a short or their live stream, you're sharing someone else's vision of beauty. You're adding beauty to the world. You're extending love. You're extending beauty to the world. When you share your own stuff, regardless, if it's someone like Flower and she decides she wants to share her theory and stuff, if it is someone like Destiny Forever Walks PhD, who dances beautifully and gracefully, it really is, it's exercise. It's also a form of prayer because it's filled with joy. It's a praise of being alive. You're adding beauty to the world. So if you can help someone share that beauty, man, what a wonderful thing. This is why, as I say, with Optimob, with a friend UK Medic, because they put so much into that editing, so much into the process, making it so beautiful. The least I can do is share them out whenever possible. Our friend Runner Boy is here. Runner Boy, how are you? 3 days until the bonfire, Runner Boy. Oh, I'm saying hi to Destiny. Wow, Runner Boy got 600 on his live today. It's amazing. Flower says, hi, Runner Boy. Pro Fisherman says, can someone share mine? It would really help. I'd love to share yours. So, Pro Fisherman, I'm on your channel right now. Let me know which video would you like shared out the most? Kay says, I'm still listening. Yogi, just working. I appreciate that, Kay. Says, I hope everyone is having a great day. Man, I got to track owls in the middle of the day along a beautiful little pond with Mocha. Can't get any more beautiful than that. Caleb Boo is still peeking in. Much appreciated. Runner Boy says he ended his live and was like, bruh, 600. 12 hours watch time. Hey, where are you watch time, by the way? Hey, speaking of watch time, watch hours, our friend Noble Scrolling Traveler is officially monetized with 3,000 watch hours. So onwards to 4. Flower is at 92. Let's see. Professional says the Sonic one. Is that a short or is that a video? I don't see the Sonic video. I actually don't see one for Sonic. Oh, wait a minute. So Sonic. Let me know if you have a specific title. Let's see. Runner Boy says, I think because I hit the 1K subs, YouTube is pushing my live more. Awesome. That seemed to happen to me at first when I got monetized, that I was being pushed more, and it seemed to have died down a bit. That's okay. You know what? I think your audience finds you. And the only way you can get that is by being sincere and doing the things that you love to do. Talk about the things you love to talk about. Share the things that you love to share. And the right people will end up finding you. Sometimes the wrong people end up finding you as well. Who's to say, though? Who's to say who is the right person and who isn't? Because it all depends on what can we learn from the situation. As well, you know, the big theme that we've been talking about, that I've been talking about over and over again, is projection and extension. If someone comes in and they are, they don't feel like the right audience, is it a projection? From me, not from them, from me. Am I projecting my own fears, my own, and it's in my projections that I'm most vulnerable. To give up any sense of vulnerability is to give up the projection. It's in my defenselessness that I find my greatest power, because the ego is the only thing that needs to be defended. The ego will always defend itself. The ego exists so it can defend itself, and that way it proves its existence. Look at me, I'm doing something. However, when we give that up, when we give up our defensiveness for defenselessness, there's nothing to defend. That doesn't mean that you let someone beat you up, either metaphorically on Facebook or in real life. Because if you're extending love, is it loving to yourself to allow someone to harm you? It isn't. Is it loving to the other person to allow them to harm you? It isn't. So we always act from love. Sometimes love means taking care of ourselves and taking care of other people. Let's see. Let me catch up here, guys. Runner Boy says, watch time is still closing in on 1,700, but I keep getting these views. It'll fly up. Yeah, it will, no doubt. I need to play more of your playlist, Runner Boy, and I'll do that. Flower says, when I was a kid, I used to think that there weren't much to come from wishes and to live longer, to get wealth, but that's just not true. We could see everything is based upon a wish in some form or another, that our existence itself came from a wish of God. That when there was just that singularity of existence, the dense, dark energy, nothing else, what was it that caused it to expand into the Big Bang? It was a wish for diversity of life, a whisper, a whispered wish of God to expand. And so came the universe. Flower says, I'm going to attempt to say this, and I'm not sure if I can do it with a straight face. Yo, chill in the mirror. Thank you. Oh, OMG. That's the best I could do, Flower. Odom says, have to admit, my motivation for YouTube has been down. I keep sharing, but not feeling the passion anymore. Well, you put an awful lot of work in for a long time, Odom. So it might be only natural that there's going to be that downtime. You know, a metaphor for you is sometimes the field has to lay, am I using that word, fallow? Before it can be tilled again. Man, I hope I didn't mess up my gardening metaphors too much. But right now, you know, you put in the work. Might just be time to relax. As you mentioned before, you know, you do a lot of support for people as well. You've always been supportive for me, and that's very much appreciated. And then there'll be the spark again. Excellent advice from Flower. Hey, you can always take a break and come back when you're ready. Excellent. Sabine says, Yogi Eric, you just spoke the words that I've had on my mind. Can you share a little more, Sabine? Flower says, yo, Mick, yo, Mir, thank you. 94, 6 to go. Mir is working hard to get Flower to 100 subscribers. Flower says, what, wait, I heard 2. 1 flew by so fast. You're talking about me saying, you chillin', Mir? Thank you. Gordy says, sorry, I can't type. That's okay, my friend. We're here to see you through the workday. I think she has, what, an hour to go? Destiny says, I can feel what you are saying, Odom. I feel that way myself a lot lately. But when I take my eye off of me and focus on my purpose, to why I'm on YouTube, it changes my low vibe to high. Man, that's an important thing to for Destiny to add. How being of service, when it's all about us, in whatever form, it's always going to have a low vibratory rate. Not that we're not important, but our importance lies in our ability to serve others. So a simple switch. And you know what? By serving others, all the good stuff that you want comes to you through that service. If you want to manifest abundance in your life, then abundantly give of yourself because you're demonstrating abundance by giving. Abundance can never hoard. Abundance can never keep to itself. Abundance is always expanding and expanding and expanding. Optimob says, yes, about the ego. It's a tricky thing, isn't it? Flower says, let's see. Odom says, thank you for the knowledge. Destiny forever walks. Which is a perfect example of actually what Destiny was saying. Being here, supporting, and at the same time being able to offer some knowledge, sharing what she's going through so that I can help other people as well. And at the same time, all of that just lifts me up. Because if I'm ever in doubt, am I serving a purpose of doing live streams? I have the opportunity to see a beautiful thing, a beautiful exchange between people I care about take place. The last piece of the puzzle, it all flows together. It shows that we're all on purpose in our way, whatever way that is. Everyone wants the purpose of something specific. Life doesn't always work in specifics. So when we say, what's the purpose of life? The purpose of life is the purpose of life. The purpose of life is to be alive. The purpose of being alive is to extend and love in every possible moment. The purpose of autumn isn't for leaves or just for leaves to fall. It is so that leaves can fertilize the ground. It is so that the ground is fertilized and laying dormant through winter. All those micronutrients absorbed into the ground, absorbed into the roots of trees. The purpose of fall is to lead into that in wintertime. The purpose of winter is those nutrients to be absorbed. The purpose of spring is to show its beauty. It's all a cycle. Let's see. Odom says, have a blessed day, everyone. Have a meeting to go to. Thanks for dropping in, Odom. Very much appreciated. Always enjoy your company. Flower says, man, and she offers the gratitude symbol. Sabine says, oops, just type accident on the laptop in our Optimob channel. Back on our cell phone, backup channel. Jacob says, a true limit stand, Brother Odom. Keep fighting the good fight. What you're going through now is only temporary. Your light will shine, and you will be blessed more than ever. Thank you for that, Jacob. Beautifully said. Odom says, means a lot. Thank you, Jacob. Jacob's another one who's on purpose, and he shows you what that purpose is. Every comment like that. Let's see. Destiny says, Odom's Homestead. It took me changing my schedule to shorter time spent on YouTube and doing less content. It's still staying in my purpose. Doing these things and helping me to maintain my joy for me and YouTube. Yeah, it's important to allow those changes to happen. You know, don't stick to a schedule that's no longer serving you, as Destiny shows. I'm going to check in on Flower's channel. 96 subscribers. We got some great emojis from our friend Kayla. Jacob says, blessings to you, Brother Odom. Sabine says, Timo is with Bax for a walk, and I am sitting. Okay. Both of our channels and the live stream. I got mixed up. I'm sorry. Okay, now I see the your comment on the Optimob channel of ego. Sabine says, I had a bad day, so please understand. Absolutely, my friend. Flowers at 97. And always, I'm always happy to talk more of that perspective of the ego. Nothing I say about the ego is ever meant to demonize the ego. A lot of spiritual paths want to completely eliminate the ego and devote energy to eliminating. Anything that you devote energy to eliminate only grows stronger, because it's the ego itself that says, let's work on eliminating me as a distraction. All we have to do is recognize the ego for what it is. That's it. It diminishes on its own, becomes less important. Jacob says, hey, Sniper. There we go. I missed that. Greetings, beautiful souls. One of my all-time favorite intros, by the way. From across the pond, but under the same skies. Sweet says, I had today a person around me with a very bad ego. It can lead to a draining situation. We find ourselves becoming more reactive rather than responsive. I always mention one of my all-time favorite words, responsibility, response ability, or ability to respond. Speed says, and it just drained me. Speed says exactly how it was. Let's see. Destiny says that if you should not, she's still here watching. Thank you for that. If you should not see a comment from me, it's because of the loss of power. We've had 2 power blackouts already today. Wow. Is that due to heat? I wonder. Just so much being drained from the energy grid, which is a apt metaphor from what we were talking about with Sabine. Sabine says, I left the room to get myself together. Squirrel Sniper says, Sabine, it's clearing the energies after. Make sure you do so. It's nice to have a little ritual, a cleansing ritual. It could be breath work. It could be a short meditation. It could be a prayer. It could be Qigong, Reiki. I have been renewing my Reiki practice after, man, I got certified from level 1 to master, and then largely let it go. Jacob says, thank you, Sniper. Sweet says, I must do that with meditation. Yeah, for me, meditation is essential. It's essential for my creativity. And I just love it. A lot of people say, you know, all these years, do you still need to meditate? I never needed to meditate, but I love meditating. My life changed through the art of meditation. Score Sniper says, just do something that makes you laugh and feel love. Excellent advice. Flower is up to 97. Mir the miracle worker. For those who don't have time for meditation, as I mentioned before, breath work. Man, you can. My breathwork instructor, when I became a teacher, I don't know if I agree with him. He's awful sure about it. That you can achieve 90% of the results of meditation simply by doing breath work 3 times a day and therapeutically as needed. So we're talking 2 to 5 minutes, a couple times a day, to get the benefit of hours of meditation throughout the day. Squirrel Sniper says, can be stroking a cat for 10 minutes. If it lets you, that is. This is true. Being out in nature, 20-minute walk. Being out in nature is an automatic meditation. Your brain immediately starts going into the alpha brainwave state. Your eyes immediately respond and change the pattern of the brain to the fractals that are present. Smith says, I do even my own healing with meditation and energy work. Awesome. So I'm making sure I haven't missed anything. I'm going to give a quick little... Uh-oh, guys. Hello, Flower. 99. 1 to go. Leo says, thank you, Yogi, for introducing the art of yoga to me. I had no idea that burpees could be a form of yoga until you broke it down for me. Exactly. Thank you for that, Leo. Yoga means union. It's bridging, bringing things together, uniting spirit and body. One instrument of love. If it can't be done with burpees, it can't be done at all. And when you do those, when you're doing the nasal breathing, the reps automatically become mindful, because you can't think too far ahead. You're just thinking about that breath, and everything begins to flow. And Leo demonstrates that so perfectly, and he took it so perfectly, which is why I kept saying he's a natural yogi. And you're just in a better place afterwards. Flowers at 99, says Mir. Gonna have a big celebration when she hits 100. Squirrel Sniper says we have the same aura energy fields with trees. We can exchange and boost our own when needed. Yes. Both Mocha and I have done that in races. 24-hour races where we needed energy. You just put your hands on it, put your hands on a tree. Leo says, now I'm nasal breathing like a true yogi, all because you encouraged it. Yogi demon time, my friend. I love seeing that, Leo. Desi says you can find natural healing in nature just by making connection to all of its creatures and solace and meditation. Exactly, Destiny. And Destiny has demonstrated that, demonstrated her love of trees as well. When you watch the video of Destiny doing that, you can't help but think that the tree at the same time is demonstrating its love for Destiny. There's no such thing as a one-sided relationship. If it seems one-sided, it's not really a relationship. It's a projection. Mir says, Sir, Flower is at 100. Congratulations to Flower. 100 subscribers. Beautiful to see. Mir, as I said, you are a true friend to all of us. Destiny says hello and happy Tuesday to Leo said so. Leo says, if it can't be done by burpees, it can't be done at all. Yogi the Goat. What a great saying. Thank you, Leo. And like I said, you demonstrate it. Not only do you demonstrate it, I've talked before, the original old school Jesse Yogi doing burpees in his basement live stream. It started with Destiny. It started with Odom. It started with It Is What It Is. Paul from Oregon would visit. Osiris would visit. And it was the fellowship, the original fellowship of beingness. And we talked of all kinds of stuff. And I would have great talks with Destiny on her being a yogi and what kind of yogi, as there's many different kinds, but it all stems down to our connection with God, or the universe, or life, or reality, or the Tao, whatever word that you want to use. And which is why it's so easy to say, if it can't be done through burpees, if you can't find your path of yoga through burpees, then there isn't a path for yoga at all. It's through that dedication. And what Leo shows is his dedication to that path and his reason for doing it, that he's inspiring other people. Selfless service. Every rep is a dedication to something larger than himself. Every rep is a dedication to life itself. It's a dedication to inspiring others to do another rep themselves. If you don't walk away from a Leo Said So session feeling inspired, you weren't there to begin with. You weren't paying attention. Flowers now at 101. Speed says, congratulations, Flowers. Beautiful. Mir says, thanks, Flower, for giving me a chance to support you. See, how beautiful is that? Mir comes in and he works selflessly for someone. He helped our friend Eric Lapointe. And does he say, Flower, I helped you. Now, can you help me? Flower, I helped you. What do I get out of this? He says, Flower, thank you for giving me the opportunity to help you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to help you. Jacob says, hey, brother Yogi and Leo. Jacob, my friend. Jacob is another guy. All about selfless service. Kind word for everyone that comes in. I can't help but when I have a live stream like this to really think about how blessed that I am for having people like this, just to talk to, just to have a conversation with. Mira says, I'm happy about, that's Flower. I want to be asked, thanks, Flower. So, I will say it for Mir that we've all been talking about putting beauty out in the world. That's what Mir does. Every single one of his videos, all of his live streams. He's one of my go-to nature channels. I always have him up, almost always have him up, with a playlist. Whenever I need a shot of nature, a dose of nature. And you know what? If you can't get outside or look out a window, studies have shown you can actually get the experience of nature by watching a nature video. So Mir is actually providing an opportunity to be healed while you're at your computer. So if you're stuck at work, just have a window open. We got a cool emoji from Kayla. Guys, I'm going to step away from the computer for 1 minute. I'm going to use the restroom. I'm going to get some water, and I'll be right back. Sorry, guys, I left you with a view of my messy room. Mir says, "Sir Yogi, stay blessed. You too, my friend." Um, so, channels, yoga, service, purpose. My friend Destiny helped me to clarify in my mind what I wanted to do on YouTube live streams. It was during those early conversations that we had. Again, the fellowship of beingness, of which you guys are all part of. One, just by being here. Two, and most importantly, just by being. As Destiny would say, part of the fellowship. But it was those early conversations that had me thinking, how much can be done on a live stream? Just bringing people together, having that opportunity to extend love, to share inspiration and motivation, to talk about our paths, to talk about our practices, different philosophies, different ways of seeing the world, but all connected. As well, I mentioned quite frequently our friend the Jay Jordan. I just saw how authentic and loving he was on his live streams, and that just encouraged me to just go and be myself on every live stream. I don't need to try to create something. I just need to be. Creation happens on its own. A flower seed doesn't try to create a flower. The intent of the flower is already within the seed. The stalk doesn't intend to offer a blossom. When the conditions are right, it just blooms. When the conditions are right within the live stream, things click, and it can be a really beautiful thing. Sometimes it doesn't click. I've had some rough patches along the way, trying to figure out how best to keep a certain freedom of expression throughout, and yet at the same time trying to figure out how to keep things on track a bit, to make it a place where people want to stay, even for a minute, just to chat, just to say hi, to make it a place that people would want to arrive to. More importantly, we were talking about vibrations. We were talking about wishes with our friend Flower, and vibrations with Sabine and Destiny and Squirrel Sniper. Can we create the right vibratory experience where the right people are just drawn here? Jacob says, I'm grateful to have a great friend like you, Mr. Yogi. It's an honor to be part of your live stream and support all the way, brother. Mr. Yogi, blessings to you and big salute. Big salute to you, Jacob. And you know what? Your support is everything, man. I really, really appreciate it. And not just me. You show up and you do nothing but give the entire time that we're live, the entire time that you bless us with your company. Mir says, thanks, Jacob, buddy. So yeah, really happy when things flow like this, flow nicely like this. They don't always, but that's okay too, because that's sometimes how it works, guys. Let's go back to talking about extending and projecting. That if things aren't flowing nicely, if things feel off, is that a bad thing, or is that an opportunity to extend myself in love to what's occurring right now? Life isn't always going to be one way. So does that mean that I only extend myself in love when it's going the way I want it to? Or is that an opportunity to practice extending myself as love and in love in every way possible? Let's see. Destiny says, you have come a long way, Mr. Yogi, and you are growing gracefully. as you continue to fit into this YouTube puzzle. And of course, you have a big space on that puzzle. But thank you for that, Destiny. Um, and I hope so. I hope it's growing with grace. So that's important to me because then you got to allow everyone their space. You got to allow people to arrive on their own and people to leave on their own. But at the same time, you need to make it an open and gracious place for people just to be whenever they're here. And that wasn't always an easy thing for me to learn or demonstrate because I wanted to keep things free and open, but sometimes that came at the expense of um, other people feeling safe, which is inexcusable because I had the ability to create that, to create, you know, ultimate safety is an illusion in a way because you never know when someone's going to pop in and say something mean or say something. You can't eliminate everything, but you can take control over the things that are occurring right now that might be making someone else feel unsafe. At least you can look at it objectively and see that. And it was some wise people who helped show me the way that, you know what, you have some people here that are vulnerable. What can you do to make them feel safe? So we're working with that. Jacob says, I agree, Sister Destiny. Thank you, Jacob. And Mir says, agreed, Destiny. Thank you for that, Mir. You guys have all been instrumental in the growth in a huge way because every loving presence adds to loving presence. It expands. So the more people who show up and offer that, just the more love that's on YouTube, the more love that's on this particular channel, and then all the particular channels that we get to go visit. I absolutely love seeing people who have connected here, and then I see them on each other's channels, offering love and encouragement. Let's see, Jacob says, one day at a time, growth will come. Indeed, my friend, I agree. Destiny says, yes, indeed, Mir. And of course, we all have our piece of the puzzle. We just got to find out where our piece fits into that big puzzle so that we can be one. Hashtag divinely connected as one. Beautifully said. And I agree. It makes it a little easier, too, to realize that connection, that we're all fitting things together. And it's not a competition. That YouTube itself is, it's really not a thing. There's no actual thing of a YouTube, if that makes sense. If all the electricity in the entire world was cut off, would there be such a thing as a YouTube? So there's really no such thing. And yet the connection brought by YouTube is a real thing. My connection with Destiny is a real thing. My connection with Jacob and Mir and Sabine and Flower, Eric LaPointe, everyone up above, Squirrel Sniper, all that is real. But YouTube itself is illusory in the ultimate sense. So what do we take seriously? We can't take views and subscribers and watch hours as ultimately being important. They certainly can be celebrated, and they certainly can be, something that we appreciate and even work to increase. But the ultimate reality, the thing that we're shooting for, is the realization of that connectiveness. That's the big thing. How many connections have we made? How many people have we helped? How many people have we served? How many people might have just been uh, touched a little bit by a brief word or compliment, or showing a little bit of care, offering a prayer, a healing gesture? How many people has Jacob helped just showing up on this particular live stream just today, offering the support that he has? How many people has Mir helped that he might not even know? They might not even be subscribed to his channel, where they come across one of his beautiful bird videos and they're just overwhelmed by beauty, and they're having a little bit of a better day because of what he did. How many people feel more joyous because they saw the sheer grace and joy of our friend Destiny Forever Walks dancing on a treadmill? We'll never know. We're not supposed to know. Because if we knew, we would start counting, and the ego would get involved. We would be doing things not for the true purpose of why we do things. We would be doing them for the counting. This is how many people I helped today. This is how many people I touched. This is how many people appreciate me. And none of that matters. It matters that we do. I talked about this for days, that I made an offhand comment to our friend Timo. Please give Bax a pet, scratch behind the ear, from his friend in the US, Eric. And he did. And he made a video and he shared it with me. And it was absolutely beautiful. And it touched my heart. And it stayed in my heart. It still stays in my heart. One gesture from a friend in Switzerland, 2 friends in Switzerland, Sabine, 3 friends in Switzerland, Timo, Sabine, and Bax. Because they're all essential. Because I'll be honest, as much as I love Bax, he can't hold a camera. He can't make a video. He doesn't need to. He just needs to be Bax. But he does need Timo and Sabine to help make that video. So it's a team. It's teamwork. Jace is here. Jace, my friend, how are you? Jacob says, amen to that, Sister Destiny. And Destiny says, yes, indeed, Jacob Colby. We are all in this fellowship of beingness. You know what? That makes me think that when I go live, it should all be under that banner, fellowship of beingness, as it just offers that opportunity. So maybe I'm going to have to consider that. Sabine says, yes, Destiny, I totally agree with you. Destiny says, yes, Sabine, it's all about finding our path to wholeness, mind, body, and soul. One love, one people, which is the objective of yoga, which is why, I say everything is yoga. Which is why, months ago, I had a great conversation with Destiny on her being a karma yogi, the yoga of selfless service. Mira says, hey, Jace, how are you, bro? Cameron's here. Cameron, my friend, how are you? Sabine says, thank you, Yogi Eric. That's so beautiful to hear. Big hugs to you from the 3 of us. Appreciate that. Jacob says we can all gain and lose them. The ones who stay in your life is what matters the most. No matter what, never give up and keep going. It's part of growth. Exactly. Nicely said, Jacob. You know, I think about that with my divorce. Originally viewed as loss. I originally viewed my divorce as loss because traditionally it is a loss. However, what did I really lose in the divorce was a title, was a certificate, was a concept, and nothing more. Because my love didn't change a bit. Her love didn't change. It might have one time have been expressed differently, but through the years it's been expressed in all possible ways. So as Jacob said, you know, some things change, some people come, some people go. The love itself always remains if you're open to it. Desi says, blessings and love to Jace. Jace says, shout out to all the family. Thank you, my friend. Sabina will be right back. Let's see. Jace says, my wife said she was leaving due to me watching tennis too much, and she had 14 reasons. I said, close the door on your way out. That's 15 love. Funny. It took me a second to get it. I had to get my mind into the tennis lingo. Let's see. Mir says, Sir Yogi, I asked all my friends support my hawk because the tail is damaged and give them medicine and food. One hawk is fine and happy with their family. Definitely send in support, send in love and prayers. Sorry to hear that. Cameron says, do you like comedy? I do like comedy. Comedy in the books, in the form of books, in the form of TV, in the form of movies. My own comedy. I think Mocha would probably say that I think I am too funny by far in my own mind. As very often, I am the only one that laughs at my jokes, which is okay, as long as I think it's funny. Mir says, if my friends support and share my videos, they're all friends also. Definitely, my friend. As I mentioned above, Mir's videos are a work of beauty. Mir, always feel free. Any link that's important to you, always feel free to drop it. And I hope you guys visit more and more and share it out. Mir's doing beautiful work, so the more people get an opportunity to visit, the more people you share it with, the more he can put into it. Jace says, we have to enjoy our time to the fullest. It's something we don't control. Absolutely. Destiny says, very well spoken, Jace. I do agree with you on that statement. So, it is just about time, guys. I'm going to shut things down for the afternoon. I'll be back in about 2 hours. For those who can make it, as always, as I always say, if you're around, you got nothing to do, if you're bored, come on by, chat, say hi, ask a question, make a statement. share some information, or just share some time. All of it's appreciated. Speed says, okay, everyone, I sadly have to leave now, but I'll be back later. Take care all. See you later. It was very nice with you all. Thank you. Bye. Thank you. We're actually saying goodbye too, Sabine. Jay says I may be sleeping by then, but if not, we'll be here. Awesome, my friend. Eric Lapointe in stealth mode says another great live. Thank you, Eric Lapointe. Jay says, Eric, brother. I hope you guys had the opportunity to check out the 1,000, the 1K, 1.13 now, guys, from our friend Eric when he did his video. And there's a reason why he did it. There's a reason why Eric Lapointe dressed as a lumberjack and then took his shirt off. Because he was helping a friend who was in the hospital and needed a little bit of cheering up. And he made a promise to her, and he fulfilled his promise. That's why Eric Lapointe is the champ. Destiny says, blessings to you, my friend Eric Lapointe. Jacob says, another great live, as always. Thank you, brother, Mr. Yogi, for having me on your live stream. Blessings to you all. Big salute. Big salute to you, my friend. Destiny, thank you for spending so much time with me today, with all of us today. Thank you for sharing your wisdom and your joy, and most importantly, thank you for sharing your love. This is why, guys, it is the fellowship of beingness, because all of you guys were simply being here. Ram Dass said, be here now. I wish he had followed up and said, because there's nowhere else you can be but here and now. And we all showed that today. We were all here and we were all being. So with that, guys, sending out, hey, healing thoughts. One, to our friend Mir. One, a big thank you to Jacob and Mir for all the hard work they do. Two, prayers to our friends Hawk, who, as he mentioned above, has a damaged tail, right? Prayer to our friend Bumblebee T, who is still in the hospital. Prayers to Selina, who we haven't heard from for a while, but she's a caregiver for her sister. Her sister's Dana. Being a caregiver is a hard task, but it's full of love. And I know she loves her sister, so we're sending out some prayers. With that, guys, I'll see y'all later. Take care.